Tubridy with his first cocktail of the night.
Absolutely, guys. So in the first few weeks, we were talking a lot about classic cocktails. So I really wanted to show you guys the original recipes as well as give you history for each of those cocktails. There are many cocktails, though, like the cucumber martini, that are mostly sort of left up to preference, and it's very subjective. So what I'm going to do is show you how I make my cucumber martinis, and which is a very standard way to do it. And then you can always improvise off of that. So we're going to have a lot of fun. It's a great cocktail. Let me show you what you're going to need. Of course, our Tito's handmade vodka.
All right.
We're going to need some fresh lime juice. Now remember, with citrus juices, we always want to do that day of, because those juices will oxidize and we will lose some of that flavor over time. So fresh is always best. We're going to be doing some simple syrup. I know I pointed it out last week. This is a great item to have on hand for your home cocktails, because I think we've used it in maybe 4 or 5 cocktails already during the show. So it's a very versatile ingredient.
And we are going to need just sugar and water, right?
Yeah, it's equal parts sugar and water. You just put that on the pot and stir it until the sugar dissolves. And a standard simple syrup, meaning 1-to-1 sugar to water, will last in your refrigerator about 2 weeks. And if you do a richer syrup, so 2 parts sugar to 1 part water, that will last about a month. So if you don't make as many cocktails, you can do it that way, and it'll keep a little bit longer.
So Mark, if I go and get a bottle of simple syrup from the store, how much is it going to alter my drink?
It's probably going to be about the same taste-wise, but it's one of those things where simple syrup, if you go to buy in the store, you're going to spend at least $5 to $6, and the cost of making it at home is so easy. So, once you do it once at home, you'll realize it's very simple preparation, and it'll save you some money as well. And then also you can get really creative with it.
4 ingredients, that's it.
Yeah, for this cucumber martini, it's 4 ingredients. Yeah, the simple syrup is just that equal parts sugar and water. So the last ingredient, of course, is going to be our fresh cucumber that we've kind of sliced and cubed here. And again, you can elaborate. We'll talk about this a little bit later on about how to kind of jazz up this cucumber martini. But I think it's always great to kind of learn the basic way and then improvise off of that, like a musician learning the scales and then improvising afterwards.
Sometimes less is more.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to start by adding those cucumber slices. It's about an inch worth of cucumber that we've sliced and cubed, and that's going to go directly into our mixing tin. Now, we are going to muddle this, so you're going to want a muddler, or if you don't have one of these, you can use a heavy wooden spoon as well. And we were talking about this in the South Side episode when we were talking about how to muddle herbs, gentle herbs like mint. And it was more of a gentle muddle, sort of caressing the oils out of there. This, we even named a horse after it.
Yes.
Gentle muddle. Now, this is going to be a different type of muddle, so we need a new name for this one. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But here, the goal is to extract the juices from the cucumber. So if you're doing cucumber or fruit like raspberries or strawberries, this is a more forceful motion. So I'm really pushing down to extract.
I'm not sure if forceful muddle is a good horse name, so we'll work on that.
Forceful muddle, no, I don't think so.
I think you can get arrested for that.
Yeah, exactly. It'll come together. We'll know it when we hear it. So we're going ahead and muddling that cucumber to extract those juices. And now we are going to add 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. So remember, we always, when we build a cocktail, we start with the less expensive ingredients first. So if we do make a mistake, we're not tossing out the really good stuff. So let's go ahead and do 3/4 of an ounce. And we're going to balance that with 3/4 of an ounce of our simple syrup.
Simple enough.
Beautiful.
That's it.
I'm a big fan of the cucumber martini. I believe I requested this, so thank you for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, this is a really good one. We did the espresso martini last week, and like that, the cucumber martini has this, I don't want to say viral effect given what's going on, but if you see one of them on the bar, people do kind of say, hey, I kind of forgot about that. And then they start to order it. And before you know it, the whole bar is full of them. So finally, we're going to
represent spring and summer as well.
It does. Absolutely. Yeah, when you see a cucumber martini, you're not going to see too many people ordering that in a the midst of a chilly winter. But as soon as the warmer months come out, it's a fantastic drink to enjoy. So we're going to add our 2 ounces of Tito's vodka. All right. Now, you may remember from prior weeks that what we just did there is a classic sour ratio. So we did 2 parts spirit to 3/4 parts sour and sweet. And actually, if you take out the cucumber in this cucumber martini, what we've essentially built is a vodka gimlet, or a fresh version of it. So you're essentially learning 2 drinks at the same time, right? All right, guys, so now let's go ahead and add some ice to this. We are going to shake this cocktail. Remember, drinks that have fresh juices, especially cream, eggs, those are all drinks that we want to shake to emulsify the ingredients and then also to change the texture and the mouthfeel. So let's give this a good shake here, whip it up.
shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, right.
Right.
There's so much to take in from cocktail making that I didn't know, which is why I love these segments. Not only the history, but shaken, not stirred, and the difference, and why you do that and why you don't, depending upon what's in it.
Yeah, and in the first episode, you guys asked me what kind of sparked this passion for me in bartending, and that's exactly what it is. When you go down the rabbit hole, as with any other profession, if you really learn the nuances, if you ask those questions that most people wouldn't think to ask, you get these fascinating answers, whether it's history or science. I mean, this is chemistry going on in this class. It's a beautiful thing. So hopefully I can share that with you guys, and you start making cocktails at home as well. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna use that same technique that we did in prior weeks of fine straining, meaning that we're pouring from our cocktail shaker through this fine mesh strainer into our cocktail glass. And what that's gonna do is remove those little bits of cucumber, as well as any ice chips that haven't melted, which would dilute the drink afterwards in a way that we don't want it to. All right.
Oh, Michelle's making it right along with you.
Oh yeah? Beautiful.
Why
You
not?
know, even last week too, we had so many people that reached out and said they made the espresso martini as we were doing it. They had a lot of fun. And that's really my goal, is to explain things in the simplest way possible so we can have some fun, not get all highfalutin about it, just enjoy a good classic drink. And it's great to see that people are really enjoying that. So for this, we can just keep it very simple and garnish with a few thin slices of cucumber, or we can get fancy.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to do that, really what you're doing is slicing with a peeler down lengthwise on a cucumber and then kind of coiling it together and putting the skewer through it. And that's your cucumber martini. One other thing about this, guys, is that this is a great drink. Beautiful, right? Now, even without alcohol, this is a fantastic mocktail variation. So if you take out the vodka, of course, Tito's is amazing and adds a lot to this drink. But this is basically cucumber limeade if you take out the spirit. So if you're not in the mood for a cocktail, if you don't drink, this is a fantastic mocktail variation. So don't be afraid to just take that out if that's how you're feeling. Guys, cheers. That's our Tito's cucumber martini.
Cheers.
Mark,
I love it.
Fabulous.
Mark,
Cheers to you.
Fantastic, guys.
Simple
Mark
yet delicious.
Tubridy, the acceptable face of the drinks industry. And we're gonna hear more from Mark a little bit later on, because he's going to be making the Kentucky